This translation, okay.
So King James is the most direct translation you can get in.
Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all that they put all they that put their trust in him. So my suggestion to Josh and indirectly to Sunny and Scott there, Sunny and Scott,
who is that?
very simple. My suggestion is very simply, in Psalm chapter 2, there is a son who is being referred to, and the son clearly is the Messiah to come, the anointed, the Messiah one. And the son is...
Let's stick to the... Your thing was let's stick to the actual verses and without giving explanation and interpretation, because this is what you're leading into.
Okay, but that's fine.
No, Scott. Scott, wait. No, wait. That's what I did first. Scott.
Yeah.
I gave you, stuck to one verse. You suggested we expand the scope. Now, Scott.
I asked what that means in its context.
Exactly. Sunny is an arbitrator. You choose one. Which one do you want to choose? You want me to choose only the verse I want to quote? In which case I can quote and I can give you the commendation. God has a son. Are you happy with that?
No.
If you're not happy, if you want to expand the scope, that is what I'm doing right now.
And what was the original discussion was
and if you want a New Testament verse,
and you said that God has a son.
And if you want a New Testament verse to support that,
I said, okay, that's fine if you want to put that verse forth, but I want to understand that because it's Jewish scripture. I want to understand that according to the context of how the Jewish scripture understood it, and the language and the time and the context, because language exists in the context. So that's why we want to...
No. Excuse me, Scott. Scott. I don't know how you deal with this. Okay. What I am saying is, Christians have owned.
I can show you the direct correlation between that verse.
He can tell us the original.
And
let's ask what he says first.
Okay, I can. Fine.
No, but that's why
That's fine. But can I please suggest to you? If you have you're now moderating. Who speaks facts? That's what you're doing right now. No. Scott. Very simply, I am speaking Psalm 2. You didn't even suggest that. Let me speak. Learn to listen and then respond. Don't direct the conversation if that is not the primary passage you want to talk about. So, Josh, who is the son there?
King David.
King David is the son there?
Yes, but the understanding is the book of Psalms.
Now, can I please?
According to Jewish tradition and scripture.
Can I please? Do you have another version? NKJ. Please, can I please?
Christians refer to Jesus as part of God.
No, obviously not. No, it's the way we see it is that God's Son means that God acts as a father to
New King James,
whoever is being referred to as a son. Right. So, for example, in Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 1, the Torah says, "Ponem atem l'Hashem Elokechem." You are children of Hashem your God, the Lord your God. So does that mean that that we, the Jewish people who are the children of Hashem, I'm answering his question.
I don't know what.
I'm answering his question. Does that mean that we are now in a Godhead with Him? The answer is no. The answer is that.
Can I have a phone, brother? Can I have a Bible? Have you got a Bible?
No. Right? And so over there in Psalms chapter 2, God is referring to King David as a son, i.e., because God is saying, God is saying, I'm going to behave towards you as a father would his son. Right? Now, over here, he's using the metaphor of a son. And when you talk about the metaphor of a son, you don't talk about appointing you as a son, right? You talk about appointing as a king, which is when it talks to the metaphor of king, right? It uses appointing. When it talks about a son, it talks about begetting.
Phone.
And that was my point.
And so it's a metaphor of begetting. That means appointing you.
Brother, can I borrow your phone? with Bible.
So
Yeah.
you cannot take a Jewish scripture and then give it a modern meaning according to your understanding. Rather, you have to look at the meaning within its
His understanding.
Thank you. Where's the Bible? Is there a Bible there?
No.
Oh, online.
Came
Okay,
later,
that's fine.
called the Book of Hebrews. That's what his understanding is based upon.
Not only the book of Hebrews.
Well, okay.
No, because Daniel as well.
No, not
Yeah. Daniel chapter 3, verse 25.
Whoa, wait, 1 second.
Who's the son? That can't be King David.
Daniel chapter.
No,
what
1
does it say
second,
there?
please.
I can't remember. I don't know Daniel off by heart. So
1 second, 1 second.
All right.
So I'll read it. I'll read it.
No, stick to, no, Psalm
No,
2.
yeah, you finish.
Psalm 2, please.
Go ahead.
Psalm 2. Josh,
Yes.
Psalm 2.
Yes.
Why do the nations rage and the people plot a vain thing?
Okay.
The kings of the earth set themselves, the rulers take counsel together
Yes.
against the Lord and against his anointed.
Yes.
Let us break their bonds in pieces and cast away their cords from us. He who sits in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall hold them in derision. Then he shall speak to them in his wrath and distress them in his deep displeasure. Yet I have set my king on my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. I will declare the decree.
Okay.
The Lord has said to me, you are my son. Today I have begotten you. When did this happen with David?
That's exactly Hebrews chapter 5. Verse
1 second,
5.
no, please don't go anywhere else, please, brother. When did this happen with King David?
When was he appointed?
Yeah, no. When did the Lord tell David, today I am begetting you? When?
No, you're asking the wrong question here.
No, I'm asking the question I want to ask.
I know, but your
It
question
is clearly wrong for you
your question
because...
is faulty. Your question
Why is faulty?
The reason because you're reading the Psalms as if it's a narration of an event. That's not how you read Psalms.
Excuse me, Josh. I am reading the Psalm as text. I am not reading...
No, but you have to understand that Josh is trying
1 second, sorry. I am reading the text. If the text issues for you, it's your issue, not my issue. I am simply asking the question.
If you're saying that's King
It
David,
is clearly saying, I'll take another example. Maybe I'll take another example.
Okay, fine. Let me answer your question.
Maybe
directly.
I'll take another example.
I'll answer your question directly. as to
Ask
when.
of me. 1
I
second,
will
Josh.
answer your
Josh, 1
question
second.
directly.
Josh, 1 second.
Let him answer.
1 second, Josh. Let me ask you this again, because you have given a very bad view of scriptures to these brothers here in humanity.
No.
Let me ask you this again.
Nonsense.
Ask of me.
How many words
Ask
are
of me.
allowed to say something?
Ask of me.
No, what he's saying.
Ask
Just
of me.
interrupt
What
him.
he's saying.
This
Just
is
interrupt
Joshly
him.
No, what he's
understanding.
saying is that-
This is not scholarly.
Because that's the Psalm of King David. That means that
1
that
second.
Psalm is talking about
I'm
King
asking,
David.
Josh.
Fine, I'll answer you.
I'll give you this
I'll
question.
answer you.
I'll give you this
answer
question.
you.
I'll give you this question.
I heard your question.
No. I'll give you another question now.
Another question.
Another question. Yeah.
I want to hear it.
1 second. Another question. Verse 8 clearly says, God, Yahweh is speaking to this son. He says, ask of me and I will give you the nations for your inheritance and the ends of the earth for your possession. Question to you is, do you think King David himself ruled the entire world at some stage?
No,
Or will rule the entire world at some stage?
That part can be read as a prophecy.
No.
So clearly this son can't be the physical King David. Simply can't be.
No, because it's a metaphor.
No. Metaphor is your view. Don't force your theology there. Well, I'm reading the text. Okay, well, let's put it this
Your
way. Here.
theology of a Trinity is nowhere to be found here. Let's make that very clear. Let's make that very clear. You don't get a hypostasis in chapter 2.
Scott.
I want to hear
Any? Yeah. Please explain to me how verse 8 could be King David.
Let's have order.
Let him answer now.
Let him speak.
Why did you come to the conclusion this is metaphor?
Let him speak.
King David here has been appointed as the king of the kingdom of Israel, which at this point was the United Kingdom.
Brother,
Yes?
God gave you intelligence.
Yes?
Don't use it to win arguments. Use it to get into heaven. The Jews, yeah, The Quran was sent to you specifically.
You say Quran and you say intelligence. What's going on here?
No, one thing.
Why do you? Look, I thought you were talking about intelligence, and then a few seconds later you use the word Quran.
The Quran was revealed to right
I
your
can't
wrongs,
believe it.
Jews.
The Quran.
But
Where,
you
who
still
wrote
use
the Quran? Who wrote the Quran?
The Quran
Muhammad wrote the
contradicts
Quran?
previous
He couldn't
revelations.
write it.
So who wrote the Quran?
The Quran contradicts
Who wrote the Quran?
previous revelations.
Who wrote the
What
Quran?
religion are you?
Who wrote the Quran?
All right, thanks for letting me know.
Can we listen to
You
Josh?
said he didn't write. Who
back to
wrote
His
it?
companion wrote it.
Who?
Because he couldn't write it.
Okay, later. Scott, later. Later. Yeah. Apologies.
Josh.
Hang on, he's finishing.
Okay, that was short-lived.
He answered and said, appreciate it, take care, yeah? He answered and said, look, I
See you later, Sonny. God's blessings. Bye, bye,
I
bye.
really
the
want to hear
fire,
Josh speak.
and they have no hair, and the form of the fourth is like
325.
it's like the Son of God.
Hey, don't go anywhere else.
Okay,
Don't go anywhere else.
Let him answer, let him answer.
No, the
Stick to one verse.
No, the point that I'm
Stick to
making
one.
is,
No,
if he's
don't.
saying that-
No,
if he's saying
Stick
that
to one
that son
passage.
there-
Not
Stick
the
to one
A.
passage. Stick to one
Let him
passage.
talk now. Can we let him talk?
Josh, please. Yeah, please go on. Explain.
These, son.
I don't care what your English says. I don't care what
Excuse
the
me,
Aramaic
my
says.
dear friend. My dear friend,
In
please.
Aramaic,
Stick to one
I don't know if you
passage.
can read Aramaic or not.
Read it and tell us.
Levar, not labar, levar.
Okay, okay, go on.
Can we
Right,
please stick to one
a
passage, Josh?
son Of the divine, not to
Josh,
the son of
can we please stick to one passage? Psalm 2, simple enough, but even in that we are going to spend hours.
You don't
So let's
believe it's simple.
Psalm 2. It's not simple.
You believe that you need the New Testament to explain the Old.
No, that's not
I
true.
don't
That's not
agree
true.
with you.
That's not true.
Really?
No.
So are you honestly telling me that you would believe in a hypostasis with the Old Testament alone?
No.
Really?
What I'm Josh,
No?
Josh, what I am saying is Psalm 2 is a simple standalone passage. Simple standalone passage
What a load
which
of
is part of the Tanakh.
Yacht, the mitzvah. You know what that means? It
Come
means
to Psalm 2.
nonsense and tomato juice, but it rhymes in Hebrew, so it's funny.
Well,
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I know it's hilarious.
extreme.
But
Josh.
his no. Let me just.
If you wanted to speak, you can. But I'm trying to engage with him, please. I'm trying to engage with him, please. So Psalm 2, Josh, you need to give a clarification as to who it is talking about right now.
I already told you.
It's King David.
King David.
Now, you all, now, clearly it can't suit King David
Do you know what
because
an inheritance is?
clearly it can't be King David because the person being referred to here was going to have the nations for his inheritance and the ends of the earth for his possession. Whoever this was simply can't be the historical King David. Simply can't be.
Can't be
So
the
you need to
historical
choose.
Jesus either, I'll tell you that.
Don't run away there.
No, I'm not running away.
I'm asking you.
I'm responding to you.
I'm asking you.
I'm responding to you.
If clearly it
I'm
can't be
responding to
King
you.
David,
That's your contention, and I would
Are
respond
you saying?
to
Are you
based
saying?
on your metric.
Are you
it can't
saying?
be Jesus
Are
either.
you? Well,
based on your metric.
I will come to whether it's Jesus later.
No, you
let's
won't.
do.
You're doing
let's
it now.
do. Let's
We're
do
not
one step
playing
at a
your-
time.
I'm not playing your games.
I'm not
I'm
playing any
your-
game. I'm reading your
You
scriptures.
are playing a
Our
game.
scriptures.
You're
and I'm
playing
asking,
a game.
who is this?
You're playing the same game that you always
Please,
play.
I'm
Arul.
speaking.
You are
You can
playing
engage
the
with
same
him later.
game that you always play,
Thank you.
and it's not going to work because your
Who is this?
metric, the metric you are saying, does not work for your
Josh,
for
who
your
is this?
theology either.
Who is this?
I just told you.
It can't be King David.
It can't be Jesus. It's King David.
It's not King David.
King
Who is
David.
it?
It's King David.
So clearly this is the problem with
know.
Jewish with
The
with,
problem
with
is
Josh.
that you can see Jesus in this
No,
passage.
no.
Where's Jesus? Where is he?
Josh, I am taking a conversation step by step.
No.
I
You
am.
always
Did
do.
I even? Did I even attempt? Please, honestly, tell me. Did I?
I'm looking at the bigger picture here.
Josh, did you hear? One second, I am speaking to you. Did you hear any attempt from me so far to suggest that this was Jesus so far? Did I even try that so far? No, that's what you're accusing me of.
No.
Well,
not
that's
what I'm accusing you
that's
of.
the game you're playing right now.
No, that's not the game I'm
Okay,
playing.
so in that case, let's go to the passage, try and understand what that passage is saying, see who the candidates could be, step by step.
So
Very
what you
simple,
want
Josh. I'm not talking about what I want to hear.
what you want, according to the metric you're saying right now, right, that it's got to be someone who has literally owned the entire world. You are not going to find anyone, because there is no person who has owned the entire world.
Okay. I will come to what I want to say in a little bit. I want to take step by step so we don't enter into any confusion like what we are currently going through. So coming back, this cannot be King David. Do we understand and agree on that? Because clearly King David did not take the possession of the entire world. Simply didn't happen. And so simply can't be the historical King David unless you think God made a mistake in giving this declaration. Do you think God can make mistakes?
No.
So clearly this is not historical King David. Make another choice. Who else could this be?
As I said, there's no one who has ever owned all the world.
In other words, according to your view, Jewish view, this passage, Psalm 2, is meaningless.
Wrong.
Could not, well, if it can't
I
fit
already
anyone.
answered you, and I told you it was a metaphor. You didn't like that.
I'm finishing.
You didn't like it.
How is it a metaphor? Explain.
How is it a metaphor?
Explain.
To say, okay, saying that the nations are an inheritance to you does not have to literally mean you are going to own all the nations. That's not what it means. It means that nations will pay tribute to you, and nations did pay tribute to David. Like for example, Tyre paid tribute to him. The Philistines had to pay tribute because he defeated the Philistines, right? And various other nations around had to pay tribute.
Which
to
other
him.
nations?
The Ammonites, the Moabites.
Very small Middle East. Yes, go on.
Well, yes. When we talk,
Do you know the ends of the earth?
When we
Josh?
talk about the ends of the earth
Yeah.
in Scripture, we are seldom referring to Australia. We are seldom referring to Australia.
You are seldom.
No
That's-
one is talking about Australia.
Oh, wow. Well, let me ask.
Are you talking about
When,
Australia?
no, whoa. When God says, okay, let's put it this way,
Let's
Josh.
hear your interpretation.
No.
No.
Let me put it this way, Josh. No, wait a second. I think Josh is an intelligent man. When he says,
Stop that. Stop doing it.
I know you are an intelligent
Stop
man.
with the
When he
patronisation. Get on with your position.
when he says I have a book, I am inclined to think that he has a book, because I think he is capable enough to make a simple English statement which is reasonably accurate, and as long as his intention is to communicate truth, I take his word at his word, no problem. The only time at which I would take his word not at his word is if I have reasons enough to think he simply can't mean what he says. He has to have some other meaning. If I have reasons otherwise, I could assume that he means something else. I'm going to do the same with God, because if Josh can do that, God can do that also. God, in his infinite wisdom, is giving a revelation here. And the revelation is very clear. He is referring to someone who he calls son, who he is begetting, and to him he says, ask of me and I will give you nations for inheritance and the ends of the earth for your possession. Now George suggests that this person is King David, and the meaning of this is that David had tributes given to him by neighboring nations. Josh, history is very clear. During the time of King David, Israel did not have any mandate beyond imposing some sort of subserviency just for self-defense. Israel did not have any mandate to go on a global expansion. This is a very important difference
No
between.
one said they did.
And therefore, ends of the earth as possession and nations for his inheritance simply cannot apply to the historical King David. Simply can't be. Excuse me one second. I want him to
skip the
speak.
prologue and get to
Simply
the
can't be
main
true.
event?
Simply can't be true. Would you agree at least so far?
Can we skip the prologue and get to the main event, please?
Okay, the main event. Now, in Jewish thought, clearly Josh is left baffled because he
I'm
simply.
not baffled at all.
Well, when you can't answer a simple question.
I did answer your question.
Not King David, someone else.
You
And
didn't
you
like
said.
my answer. I
Not King
answered
David,
you didn't
someone
like
else.
it.
Not King David, someone else. And you simply said there is no person.
No, but
One second, please.
Solomon
brother.
didn't have
Please don't
Australia
distract.
either.
Please
Doesn't
please
work.
don't distract. Please don't
Nobody got
distract.
Australia.
Please don't distract.
No one.
Please don't distract. Please. Josh was very clear in saying that this simply can't be King David, and in his view, can't be anyone, is what you said.
According to your metric.
Well, according to the textual metric. It's not my metric.
Ridiculous literal metric.
Are you English, sir? So, when a text says ends of the world, what does it mean to you, sir?
What would be ends of the world at that time?
What would be ends of the world at that time? Certainly, sort of known world, let's say.
I would say, from where the Jew were from, it would be the Israel and the borders, but it wouldn't be the whole world. The whole world hadn't been discovered at that time.
Yeah, but when God, in other words, I agree.
Because there's a part in Job when Job was being persecuted, he asked him, he said, "Have you seen the wide open spaces of the world or the planet?" Which means he'd never seen it.
Yeah, I agree with you, sir. So I completely agree with you. When someone says ends of the world, that the ends of the world, no, the ends of the world could be limited by the speaker's knowledge of where the world ended. I completely agree. But clearly, King David, as someone who was a descendant, as someone who would have read Torah, the books of the Moses, would have known that the world was much more than what he received tributes from. Because clearly, in history, King David received tributes from multiple neighboring nations. It's a clear historical fact. Very, not even only Ammon, Moab, like you said, Tyre, and so on. So we also know, for example, even for Solomon building the temple, he received wood from Hisham, the king of Tyre, and so on. But the point, Josh, so now coming back, the text is very clear, ends of the earth. The text is very clear, nations for your inheritance. So, my suggestion to you today...
That was a promise to Abraham.
Not to Abraham.
I'll make you.
By means of your seed.
The promise made to Abraham wasn't about the ends of the world. The promise made to Abraham was only about what today would be Israel, and maybe a bit more than what today is Israel. But clearly here, the promise...
Can you get on with it?
Josh, you and I know there is one person, you and I know, and we can agree that there is one person that we know of who will rule the ends of the world. Who will rule the ends of the world, during whose time there will be a worldwide impact in terms of the peace for the entire world. And that is who we call the Messiah, the Christ. Do we not agree?
We do agree on that.
Very good. So Josh and I agree that absolutely, clearly it's referring to that.
That's the question.
Now we'll come to that in a bit. So in other words, Josh, contrary to what you were saying earlier, that there is no one who could satisfy this, we agree right now that there is one person who could clearly satisfy this. And as a matter of fact,
there's one problem with what
what's
you're
the problem
saying,
with that?
Because now you are.
But can I wrap that up and you can tell me what the problem is? There is one person who can clearly satisfy the requirement of receiving the ends of the world as his inheritance, nation's inheritance, and that is the Messiah. We agree on that. Now the only question is, who is he? When is that going to happen? Please go on. Please go on.
Problem with what you've said.
Go on.
According to your metric, according to what you've just said, we're now going to have to reinterpret the previous verses that spoke in the past tense, that spoke of someone who's already been born, and someone who's already who had already been made king. I would also like to make an interesting observation that we talk about somebody here who asks of God, right? Ask of me and I will give you the nations for your inheritance, right? Who says that the person in question has necessarily made such a request? So maybe we can go back to what I was saying, that it's King David, and say in fact David had the opportunity to ask and did not take it.
Say King David out of the picture, Josh.
Why? Why?
Clearly,
can you address the point I just made?
I'm going to address the points. Please, I'm going to address the 2 or 3 points you've made.
Okay.
So you said there is a problem in me suggesting that this is the Messiah, and you gave two reasons for that.
Yeah.
Reason number 1 was that you suggested some portion of this passage is in the past.
Yes.
Now, I don't know why you even consider that to be a problem, because the Bible is very clear. God of the Bible declares many things right in the past and makes them happen in the future. You and I would agree there are prophecies in the Bible. Prophecies or declarations of what is going to happen in the future. You and I agree there is going to be...
Can we get an example, something, a prophecy which is in the past tense?
Yeah.
Can we have an example?
Isaiah 14.
Which one is that?
Isaiah,
Yeah. Oh, how
Isaiah
thou
14 is not in the past tense.
No, sorry. Okay. No.
It goes between.
No, I see what you're saying. Okay. Josh,
Yes.
there are events being described. Events,
What's an even?
events being described in scriptures. Let me put it this way.
Isaiah 14 verse 12. Oh, how thou art fallen.
Isaiah 14. What does Isaiah 14 say? Hold on.
Well, actually, can I take another approach, please? Here, can I take, please, if you don't mind, my friend, please, if you don't mind, please.
You think we can continue in a few minutes? I need to go to the loo.
You need, okay, that's fine. So we'll be here, yeah?
I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay, sure, no problem. A break,
Yeah. Loo break.
loo break. Okay, see you soon.